আমার ঘরের বাহির করে পায়ে 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 ধরে মরি হাই হাই রে ও যে আমার ঘরের বাহির করে পায়ে 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 ধরে মরি হাই হাই রে ও যে কে রে আমায় নিয়ে যায় রে ও যে কে যে আমায় নিয়ে যায় রে যাই রে কোন চুলাই রে আমার মন ভুলাই রে কোন বাক্যে কি ধন দেখাবে কোনখানে কি দায় ঠেকাবে কোন বাক্যে কি ধন দেখাবে কোনখানে কি দায় ঠেকাবে কোথায় গিয়ে শেষ মেলে যে কোথায় গিয়ে শেষ মেলে যে ভেবে না কুলাই রে আমার মন ভুলাই রে
Chai, please. Chai. Chai ready.
হ্যাঁ ওই শ্যাম আমি গাড়িতে বেরিয়ে এসেছি ইন্দ্র বলে ওখানে একজন আছে তার কাছে 250 টাকা রেখে এসেছি হ্যাঁ ওই হ্যাঁ রতনকুটিতে ইন্দ্র বলে একজন আছে যে কেয়ারটেকার
Guest house from Shantiniketan.
very poor place. And one of the ideologies of Tagore was that the university should harmonize with its surroundings. Now, he didn't want the university to be a place of opulence while the rest was in terrible poverty. So this is the first house, the Nuton Badi. You can see the conventional thatched roof in the Indian style. This is how Indian village houses are built. And this would be the place where Tagore and his wife stayed together with
Their children.
His family would be here also. Would you like me to take a picture of you in front of this house?
Yes.
First story room would be Tagore's room, and you will find that he had this love for the wider spaces. He always used to say that his rooms would be small, his windows would be large, so that the mind could always travel outwards.
That's incredible. That's one of the great problems.
And so on. So there's a very
And
interesting...
when was this built? The brick house?
This brick house was built in the year 1908.
Ah, really?
Okay,
Very
so
early.
Very early, very early. So he was here by 1901, and this brick house came in 1908.
It's very well.
There's an anecdote by one of our former teachers who used to stay in this ground floor room. He used to say at 6 o'clock in the morning I used to see Gurudev writing. At 12 o'clock in the noon, and summers could be extremely hot here, you're probably finding out a little bit, I would see Gurudev writing on that balcony, by the side, by that window. And at 11 o'clock once again when I went to bed, I saw Gurudev writing by the balcony.
Let me repeat how it is so that it gets recorded. How it is named now?
It's called Mrinalini Anando Patshala.
Anand
Mrinalini is the name of his wife. Anando is joyous.
Yeah.
Patshala is kindergarten. Up to, from the very basic level to the highest level.
And they look so Indian and so traditional.
Exactly. We'll
Like-
see another house finally. It will be called Shamali, the house which Mahatma Gandhi used to come and live in.
Ah, yeah.
And that would also...
The trees, the
trees,
shal.
The shal trees. You have the sal way, as it were. Bithi is the path. So this is the sal path. And every morning you would see Rabindranath walking down this road and taking a right turn and going to the place where we have the worship. So this, by the way, is the school.
The school.
Okay, this entire campus is the school campus. Let me take you to one of the classrooms. In fact,
But you mentioned this is the ashram area?
yeah, this is the ashram area.
Yeah.
You see the walled areas, the fenced area,
Yeah.
all this is what was the core ashram area.
core
The first boundary that Shantiniketan had. This was Shantiniketan actually. It has grown, but this small space was what Rabindranath started with. Okay, let me take you. We're lucky also, we have a lot of squirrels around. So
Yeah.
squirrels would be there with the students also. Right, this is the tapovan, as it were.
Ah,
You
tapovan,
realize the
yeah.
tapovan. This is the space of the guru, the teacher. And this is where your blackboard would be kept. Right?
Yeah.
And every student is supposed to bring an asana, a cloth. Right? And it would be, if you brought your asana, teacher, the education would be there by the teacher in nature itself. You would be, in the morning, it's splendid, you could listen to the music, kind of birds chirping, somebody singing in the distance. And there's another interesting thing is that if you wanted to give your examinations,
Yeah.
sitting on the branch of that tree, you were allowed to do so. Now, we've grown a little more formal nowadays, but in Rabindranath's time, the education was such that, if you were good in mathematics, then you would take a class with say class 5 of mathematics, with a 5th standard, and if you're weak in Bengali, you would take a class with the 2nd standard. So you have this cluster of mango trees. This is the place where the convocation of the university is held.
But you said the mango name for mango is?
Amra Kunja. Amra is mango.
Ambro.
And Kunjo is the garden.
Yeah, Ambro.
Year or once every 2 years to distribute the degrees.
The degrees are given there.
Yeah.
That's what you call the
Shamavartan.
Shama.
Shamavartan. And in Greece, once the people graduated, they were given the leaves of the laurel.
Yeah.
Here, the system is that you have a tree called the chatim, which was very dear to
Chotim.
Chatim.
Chotim.
Chatim in English? I'll have to find out the English name of chatim. But the one point which I think is so crucial about education at Shantiniketan is that it gives you a sense of your being one with the ecology. That is something which is inculcated into the student right from the beginning.
How many students are there in all the colleges?
Yes, there are, but this is the school proper.
The school. Yeah, just school, not a university.
Not the university.
Yeah.
The university departments are in different parts of the campus.
But all school is in this very place.
This very place.
Kinder,
That's
primary.
the kindergarten, and then you have the primary classes,
Primary
and then
classes,
you move on to the secondary
classes.
Another interesting part is, when I was at school, and I'm sure it must have been in your case also, you were in a specific classroom, right? Say in class 2, you had a classroom for class 2.
Always the same.
Yeah. And here, the teacher has a classroom. And the students, because Rabindranath said they must be mobile, the minds must be mobile, they move from classroom to classroom, teacher to teacher.
Excellent.
And come and meet in this
area.
fairground. This is called Gaur Prangon. Gaur was one of the students of the university, and Prangon is the open field. So this is the place where earlier university functions used to be held, university programs, festivals. But now, unfortunately, we have grown so large. There's so many.
It's a bashan.
Yeah, this is
Bayan.
The banyan,
Yeah.
Botgach, as you would call it.
How?
Botgach.
Budgat, like where Buddha
Yeah, exactly.
was.
Mahabodhi tree is also
Yeah.
a banyan tree. Signify, the movement of time, and division of the routine into periods and so on. This one, the one there, right? And these would be earlier, meeting places for the faculty and so on. So you can always understand that if it rains, half the time you have holidays here, and the rest of the time you move into these classes.
So the boys praying to be for the rain.
Vishva here is incidentally a student of the school. So
Really? You said here all since kinder, primary?
From kinder, then primary, secondary, and now I have completed my masters and doing.
Oh, really?
In fact, I was born and brought up in Shantiniketan.
Please, and repeat your name so that I can...
Vishwanath.
Oh, Vishwanath, you have such a humble name. And your surname, sir?
Banerjee.
Banerjee. Oh, Vishwanath.
right, so this is
And
the
this building is from the former time?
Yeah,
Or this is
it's from the former time. These were, of course, built through the period that Shantiniketan grew. This was sometime in 1911 that this.
Because
building
the
was built.
style is so peculiar.
In fact, if you this is something which I picked up from an architect. You see those columns there, those at the top. That is called the Mohenjo-daro style. This is the oldest Indian style of art.
Mohenjo-daro, yeah.
Right.
That's
And-
why they are not so often seen.
Exactly. And you will find that Tagore was
Mohenjo-daro.
also building in this cosmopolitan idea of architecture, lots of styles. So if you look at this style, the
Looks
kind of
like-
lattice, it's
yeah.
Mughal in its design. And when we go to the houses, we'll show you how there are Gujarati styles there, the European
That
style.
would even look, the basement, like Egyptian construction.
Egyptian
Really.
construction. This structure would be like a Buddhist structure.
Yeah.
Right? He was greatly influenced by Buddha. All these are classrooms.
Yeah.
That is a classroom, incidentally, a more modern classroom.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, so that you students don't get to run away from the rain as well.
Becomes useful.
Okay.
Maybe I'll ask Vishwanath to bring you tomorrow early morning to meet the principal. Vishwanath, would that be possible?
What's the name?
Patho Bhavan.
Patho.
Patho is study,
Yeah.
and Bhavan is building.
Building.
So the older school was first known as Brahmacharjashram. Brahmacharjashram is a certain form of religious education.
Yeah.
But then Tagore secularized it. He didn't want to make it, religious in its outlook. So he brought in secular studies and named it Patho Bhavan. Kala is art, the fine arts. And
When you say here, you're referring in general, not in this place. Or even began, Kala Bhavan began here.
Kala Bhavan was begun here,
Here.
but it gradually developed its own building.
Yeah.
Later on. But this was the place, you'll have to imagine it was a very small location, very few people, very few students, and then he was experimenting
Yeah.
with ideas, how to develop the curriculum and so on. And almost every building here you'll find has on its walls
Some murals.
Yes. Murals. This would be the traditional Indian style of art, the Rajput Rana and so on. This of course is now preserved by the ASI, the Archaeological Society of India, because these are very difficult to of the Tagore family. That in the smaller details of life, they were marked by so much aesthetics.
Through this very road.
From that building where he lived,
Yeah.
he would come down this
here.
way,
Yeah.
and he would take this left-hand turn and right hand for him, and then we will move on to the place.
To the worship place.
Yeah, this is the This is what is the motto of the Brahmo religion. Right, you have the Sanskrit mantra here, which talks about the unified Godhead. Right, the Brahmo, which has no form, no shape, which of course goes back to the thesis of the Advaitavad.
Yeah.
As a singular Godhead. In fact, a lot of it has a relationship with Christian monism. The founder of this faith, Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Ram Mohan Roy had a great relationship with Christian Unitarians. In fact, he went and died in Bristol, actually. I have this dream of going once to Bristol and visit Ram Mohan's grave.
Sati.
And
From
in fact-
Brahmo's ideas. They were the first one who promote.
Exactly. And incidentally, Raja Ram Mohan Roy was the first to ask the colonial educators that he should give us not only Sanskrit education but also modern scientific education. This is the letter to Lord Amherst in 1823. So when he was asked who was your inspiration, mentor, as it were, Rabindranath said it was Raja Ram Mohan Roy.
That's
In many ways, probably the greatest Bengali of them all. The things that he did in his era were just mind-boggling. This is the backside of the first building that Rabindranath built. Rabindranath derives its name from actually the house.
the house.
The
Yeah.
house that Rabindranath built.
Yeah.
So all
Okay.
around it, you can see these are all classrooms, by the way. So in the morning, and you can see this cluster of palm trees, the mango trees, the Amro Kunjo is here.
You remember your former days, Vishwanath?
Recollecting those days.
Yeah, I brought him along so that you could interact with him and find out more about the education here. Because I unfortunately was born and brought up in a place called Durgapur, an industrial town 100 kilometers from here.
You.
Yeah.
And that's what it says there? That's a name?
Yeah.
In Bengali?
No, that says the truth is the joy of our heart.
Oh. And it's Bengali written or
this is
Sanskrit written?
This is
Sanskrit. Yeah.
Yeah, this place, if you can come here tomorrow early in the morning or sometime in the morning, this place has some of the original furniture that the Tagores used to have. And we have pictures, there was
Arrival.
this was the destination,
Welcome.
welcome place. And this was the center, the Pata Bhavan office at one point of time used to be here. This is our garden department.
That's a worship place.
This is what's called the mandir.
Mandir.
The mandir. But according to the Brahmo system of worship, you actually do not have any idols.
Yeah.
It's just open space. So every Wednesday, early in the morning at 6:30, you have the worship where we have hymns read out. We have passages from Tagore or major thinkers read out, and you have songs.
Every Wednesday morning.
Every Wednesday at 6:30.
In fact, today itself we have had mandir.
So if you could be here early in the morning, we would have
Tomorrow?
no
Today.
tomorrow.
No,
This is
today.
Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right.
And on special days also, for example, on 25th of December, Christmas, we have a special mandir. On the birthday of Buddha, we have a special mandir. You see the Belgian glass was sort of brought here. And you also have these cast iron
Yeah.
carving.
He was in these. হ্যাঁ বলো আমি এত তো ফিরছি না, এখন কথা বলা যাবে তুমি আমি একটা গাড়ি পেয়েছেন একজন যাচ্ছেন কলকাতা রতনকুটিতে আমাদের, তা আমাকে ওরা গাড়ি করে দিল, আমি ওনার সঙ্গেই কলকাতা ফিরে যাচ্ছি, বুঝতেছো? কালকে টিকিটটা ক্যান্সেল করিয়ে গাড়িতে চলে যাচ্ছি, তাড়াতাড়ি পৌঁছে যাবো। বলো
ছাড়ায় ওই রাঙা মাটির পথ আমার মন ভোলায় রে ওরে কার পানে মোর হাত বাড়িয়ে ওরে কার পানে মোর হাত বাড়িয়ে লুটিয়ে যায় ভুলায় রে আমার মন ভোলায় রে গ্রাম ছাড়ায় ওই রাঙা মাটির পথ গ্রাম ছাড়ায় ওই